Good morning, Hayom Yom Yud Tammuz. So, very interesting Hayom Yom today. And it's taken from a letter that the Friediker wrote to our Rebbe. And our Rebbe wrote to the Friediker Rebbe asking about a certain interesting statement by the Alter Rebbe. The Alter Rebbe said once that Matan Torah never took place in America. The giving of the Torah never took place in America. And the Rebbe asked the Friediker Rebbe, is that statement true and what does it mean? And the Friediker Rebbe said, to explain it to you, let me first tell you something else. And then the Friediker Rebbe told him that the Tzemach Tzedek, the third Chabad Rebbe, has a Mammarim, and in that Mammarim, the Tzemach Tzedek writes as follows. He says that in the year 1802, on Parshas Balak, on Tuesday, so the Alter Rebbe gathered all his sons together, and he told them the following. He said, there's a famous question that all of the astronomers struggle with, which is that the world is round, and if the globe is round, then if we're on top of the globe, then the people in America should be falling off the globe because they're at the bottom of the globe. And why don't the people in America fall off the globe? And the Alter Rebbe said that the astronomers have a certain theory and a certain answer and a certain approach that they give. And the Alter Rebbe said they got it wrong. That's not the truth, or that's not the primary reason why people don't fall off the earth. And he doesn't say it here, but if you check out the Alter Rebbe's Maamar, what the Alter Rebbe says is that the astronomers say that every element in the world attracts its same like element, and it serves as a magnet for the same element. And he said this physical Earth, the planet, is a massive ball, it's a massive lump of dirt, of Earth. And because of that, all physical entities on this planet, us human beings and physical objects, so while we're made of all the elements, we are primarily made up of the element of Earth. And because of that, since we are little pieces of Earth, we are sucked to and pulled to the planet. And that's why we don't fly off the planet, we don't fall off the planet, because Earth is like a magnet and it pulls us back to itself. And that's why everything, no matter what end of Earth you are on, you always are pulled back to Earth, you don't fall off the Earth. Because every element attracts its element. And the Alter Rebbe said this is not the correct theory, this is not the correct reason why we don't fall off the Earth. Now, I don't know anything about the theory of gravity or how that theory evolved, and I don't even know if the Alter Rebbe is referring to gravity. I'll tell you this, though. The Friediker Rebbe says that the theory that the Alter Rebbe is referencing is the theory of a man named David Ganz, which is a Jewish astronomer who lived in the 15 and 1600s, who worked with the leading German astronomers and I think Danish astronomers of the time. And he came up with this theory. He said these words. So I don't know if the theory of gravity differs from that a little bit or has a different twist, but these are the words that Alter Rebbe said, that the theory is that every element attracts its element, and the element of Earth attracts all the little pieces of Earth, being us, and that's why we don't fall off, and that is wrong. And then the Alter Rebbe said to his sons, I'll tell you the real reason why we don't fall off the Earth. And the reason why we don't fall off the Earth is actually found in Kabbalah, in the Sefer Eitz Chaim. And I encourage you to read the actual words of the Hayom Yom, but just to explain, as I understand it best, based on how the Rambam paints the Jewish understanding of the planets and of outer space and of astronomy. So based on that, and based on this, and based on looking at the Maamar, this is how I understand this, but again, I encourage you to look at the text. So basically, our conception is as follows. You have in the center of everything, Earth. This is the ball called Earth. We all live on this ball. Some of us live here, all around the ball. Now, above the ball is what we call the sky. And that goes, let's say, from the ground, from Earth, up till about here is the sky. And that goes all the way around. So this thick, all the way around, is all sky, the sky as we know it. You can fly in an airplane in that sky. That is the sky. Now, where the sky ends, let's say up here, beyond that is outer space, and that goes from here to, let's say, up here. So from here to here, all around is sky, and then from here to here, all around is outer space. Now, outer space, though, is not just one long, endless unit. Outer space is divided into 9 layers, and each one of those layers is known as a galgal. Now, these separate 9 layers, they can't be seen. They're physical layers, but they can't be touched, they can't be seen, they can't be smelt. They're there though, and they're moving, actually, like they're moving the planets around, but you can't see them or touch them, interact with them, but they are there, and they divide outer space into 9 layers. And if the sky goes from here to here, layer number 1 in outer space goes from here to here. and within that layer is a planet. And then from here to here is layer number 2 within outer space, and then layer 3 and number 4. But all those 9 layers collectively make up all of outer space. And all around is outer space. Then in the middle you have this ball called the sky, and in the center of the sky is the physical ball known as Earth. And basically the way we look at it is not that this is the bottom of outer space, this is the center point, and this is the top. Rather, all the edges are equally on top. Who's to say what's on top, what's on bottom? It's all just, as the further you get, the more extreme you get to the edges, to the extremes, that is the furthest place. That's, so to speak, what we call the top. And then the further from the edges you get, more to the center, that's called down. And essentially, the further you are from the edges, the further you are from the extremes, the more down you are. In our Earth, the very, very center point of all of creation, the very center point of all of outer space, if you come from the edges and zoom in into the center where our Earth is, that point is the furthest from any extreme, the furthest from any edge. That is the most downest most point. And then if you want to get even more technical, the very center of the Earth probably would be the literally downmost point. And then when you walk away from the center, you're getting higher and higher. But it's not like that part of outer space is up and that part of outer space is down. It's all equally up relative to the center, relative to Earth. And the reason why all of outer space is up is because he says, in Kabbalah it says that the Galgalim, which are the layers which make up outer space, so they're circular in structure because they come from the spiritual energies. They are a physical representation and a physical manifestation of the spiritual energies known as the Igulim energies, which means the circular energies, which represent, just like a circle has no beginning and end, these spiritual energies are extremely potent forces, extremely potent spiritual energy, which have no beginning, have no end. They're like endless. As opposed to linear energies represent things that are very constricted and narrow. So he says the outer space comes from these spiritual energies known as Igulim, and that's why they have no beginning, they have no end, they have no top, they have no bottom. It's all equally top, so to speak. While our Earth is down relative to it. And okay, just to conclude, basically, is we say that different elements have different natures. So the element of fire has the nature to rise. It automatically is rising. It's always going up. While the element of dirt is innately and inherently heavy. So dirt has the nature to fall and to go downward. So because of that, anything which is made up of dirt or anything which is primarily made up of dirt, its nature is automatically going to be to fall down. And what that would mean for a physical object to fall down is to fall down to the center point of space. So if you try to jump up, you're just going to fall down towards the center. And then until you hit the ground, then you're going to stop because there's something physically blocking you. If you dig a hole in the ground, now you keep falling into the hole further towards the down point. And that's basically the point, that the reason we don't fall off is because that would mean we're flying upwards for anyone to fall off the earth. We actually fall towards the earth, towards the center. That's why we all fall down. And that is what the Alter Rebbe essentially told his sons. You can check out the Maamar yourself. Very interesting stuff. Hope that was accurate to some degree. And God bless you and have a wonderful day.